I was high as a kite on July 15th, right up until it happened. Like before the sun came up, all of a sudden I'm all about July 20th. And I'm sure by July 20th or July 19th, something else is going to pop. And we just keep going, right? Or maybe it is July 20th. That whole 207J, that was my apartment number. 207J was J for Jesus, the anti-Jesus. 207 is Trump 119 plus 88. What is 207? That's the 20th. That's 27. That's how they write that date. And that's what they gave us with Donnie Darko. They released it on 119 for Donald. And they added up those numbers for 88, 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. I have written down here, I had a FedEx delivery and I scrambled around some papers to jot stuff down. And I have written down here on an envelope, July 5th, July 20th. I wrote that a month ago. Just to give you an idea of how nutty all this is, like I had this guy, he's a Facebook friend. He met me through Facebook, through other people that met me through YouTube. I don't even think they follow me on YouTube anymore. They might, I doubt it. But he gave this long, I mean, he's like, it's got to be July 31st. So I'm going to copy and paste it and put it down. And then he gave us this, the ship of the foundation, the half moon. It's 9/11. What am I seeing? So I always tell people Deca means 10. I always tell people your guess is as good as mine. I mean, what we do here mainly on this channel is a hobby. We do tell the truth in God's word from time to time, but my Bible study channel is TS Daily Bible Studies. You know, put that to the test anytime you want. Call me out, say, I disagree, or I see what you're saying, but how do you reconcile with what you're teaching with this Bible verse over here and this Bible verse over there? Don't ever hesitate. I love when people put me to the test because it throws me into his word. I don't know, these UFC fighters, they sit there, you know, I don't know if it's fake or real, but they sit there and they act like they just love it. They just love getting in the octagon and beating people up or getting beat up. You know, they don't like getting beat up, but they love it. And I don't know, I just love the challenge of, you know, you throw stones all you want at how we go through these dates. It's crazy. I don't even share this on my Facebook anymore, this channel. Heck no. This is just for people that, I don't know, they're here. You're here. And I'm glad you're here. And, but yeah. So let's move on. Deca means 10, and we know that, and we go through that. December 31st, thermo. I just don't know where he's getting all this stuff from. That's why I'm going to copy and paste and let y'all read this. Okay. And it'll be in the description. So I started watching the first due to Michael. He said something about the Kingsman Secret Service, the original, and we loaded it and I started watching it. And it's all about Excalibur, you know. Their names are the Kingsman, Secret Service, Merlin, Sir Lancelot. So Merlin, the Kingsman directory, fandom. Merlin is known as, okay, is a Kingsman agent. So they named their Kingsman agents Jack Davenport as Lancelot, Secret Service, the Secret Service 2014, IMDb. Martin Strong as Merlin, Kingsman, the Secret Service 2014. So you get the idea. So when I lived at 207J, last time I lived in Winter Haven, the land of 3388 in my zip code, it was, I watched a movie called Excalibur, which did come out in 1981. And when I lived over there, and it was a fascinating movie. I think we saw it on like HBO or something. And so I'm like, okay, let's go. So I've loaded Excalibur into our thing, and let's update the grid. I also loaded Apocalypto, which hit today, by the way. So, Apocalypse, they call the apocalypse the four horses, I think the apocalypse in Revelation, the word apocalypse in the book of Revelation, Bible verse. I mean, if you want to get down to it, Bible verse about the apocalypse, Revelation 12. What is the apocalypse? What is the apocalypse? Got questions? Because they give you Bible verses. Their doctrine is all screwed up, but I love the site for giving you Bible verses. Hang on just a quick second. So apocalypse means revelation. So it's interesting to track that. It doesn't look like they give us anything in the Bible. Daniel chapter 7 through 12, Isaiah chapters 24 through 27. I probably should read those, huh? Ezekiel chapters 37 through 41. Jamie would go, you need to read those too. Right? I did, Jamie, end up reading, the Ezekiel 38, like you told me to, Zechariah 9 through 12. Why was apocalyptic literature written in such symbols, imagery, blah, 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 beyond? So there's no real Bible verse for the word apocalypse then, I don't guess. I don't know. So, but why not track that movie date, right? Apocalypto came to today. If I would have realized that on the 14th, I'd have just been doing backflips, just knowing he's going down today in New York City, which didn't happen. Ta-da! and ta-da! I just got rid of that column that tells you when the next set of dates are because I can do it in my head now. I'm just so cocky like that, I guess. I don't need a cheat column anymore because if it's 31 days, you add 6. If it's 30 days in the month, you add 7 to it. Ta-da! To the next number. That's it. Once it crosses into the next month, then it gets a little confusing. But that's what, we can always look stuff up. So tomorrow's grid, where Trump will be in, by the way, who are the first 2 characters in ʻhäj‍päj Goat? Oh, it's George Bush, my birthday. Who's the next character? Oh, it's Obama, my first wife. Her birthday, Obama's birthday. So it's my birthday followed by first wife's birthday. And then Trump and his number has second wife's progression, third wife progression in his number. Just coincidences. I know it is. I get it. I get it. Maybe. I don't know. I throw myself out there to be judged, ridiculed, and laughed at. Oh. But I don't like keeping things in my head. I've done that since I was a child, an only child. So this is my release button. So thanks for being here. January 12th, 2022, the May Day stepdaughter anomaly is tomorrow. Okay. I'm 22290 days old. Fantastic. Trump is still in his 666 range. Did we determine that he's still in that range on the 20th, which is my next high watch date? No, he's already crossed the Rubicon. He's into 667. 08. Okay. Fine. Fine, Jim Dandy. Fine. Fine like wine. Okay. So let's get to Michael's prep. That's what I sent Michael, and he said, yes, 726 is, I think he said it was Antichrist, Excalibur. I've already discussed that. 1997 is on a metal. So let's look at that progression from the Kingsman golden metal and their symbolism. You see the compass in the square, so that's the square. And it's also the V. It stands for the female V. And let's track that date. Let's see what it lands on, just for giggles. Let's load it. So the Kingsman medal of 12/19/97 does come to August 1st, if that's a date. When you add them up, it equals 128, which is May 8th, the day Earl passed. If you multiply those numbers out, 12 times 19 times 97. Okay, 22116. So that August 1st date is what it progresses to, interestingly enough. So tomorrow is One World Trade Tower opening date. It's Mystic Pizza's release date. Gateway Arch, Julia Roberts was the star. Pizza Gate, Gateway Arch, excuse me, Soleimani death, including both dates. You would go to Total Solar of 2001, which is big, and Tesla company opens shop, which is big. And because both of Tesla's companies have to do with 2001 eclipses, if I'm not mistaken. So at least this one is. We're just going, let's just go a few days at a time. Again, that July 20th at October 2nd, backward cipher. The thing about July 20th, it's got October 2nd, it's got 1988, and it's got 2001, all in something that connects to that date. The two and 7, which is what the book of Revelations, all about the sevens, which is for cleansing. The man was told in the Old Testament, dip yourself 7 times in the river Jordan, and his leprosy skin became like clean. The church is going to go through its cleansing. The Great Trib is for the church. So it's got a 7, a 2001, a 1998, and an October 2nd. Dates, numbers, years, whatever, that all connect to July 20th, along with 19 and 88, adding up to, hang on just a second. All right, so let's keep going. Mr. Valentine was the name in the movie Trading Places. They mentioned the movie Trading Places. Believe it or not, why would they mention a movie in a movie? Well, they're talking about this kid going through this transformation. And they're like, you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth like all these other people you're competing against to be the next Kingsman, the next person to fill the spot of Sir Lancelot or whatever. And but it's kind of like he said, did you ever see the movie? And he brought up all these movies where people go through transformations, and the kid ends up bringing up My Fair Lady, which of course he kind of laughed at. He was like, really? That's the one you choose for somebody going through a transformation? And because he brought up Trading Places, how, you know, they switched spots and the guy went, you know, through the transformation. So they, not only did they bring up Trading Places that featured the twin Trumps, remember, and all of that. Am I tracking that? I don't even think I'm not, and I should be tracking Trading Places, especially since it was brought up here. Let me go do it. But they, in the movie Trading Places, his name was Billy Ray Valentine, and now in this scene here, the bad guy, his name, Mr. Valentine. So again, with the Valentine, which is 214. And the 200 and, you know, is Valentine's Day is 214. And the 214th verse of Revelation is the first time deadly wound is mentioned. So I'll track Trading Places also. Hang on. It's 2 movies in a row that I've done today that have hit right on today. Golly. So again, you got to take it to August 21st then. Okay. I'm telling you, if I'd have came across this 2 days ago, I'd have just been freaking out about the 15th. I already was. Apocalypto and Trading Places landed on today, the 15th. So that kicks us into August 21st. Isn't that when Trump did all his crazy stuff and there was an eclipse? Isn't that the first eclipse? Makes an X across America. Right? And Trump said, eclipse, August 21st, 2017. Yes. August 21st, 2019, Trump says, I am the chosen one. Yeah. August 21st. It's fascinating, isn't it? So the August 21st is really growing. Again, it's Pistol Pete Maravich. It's the double penumbral. It's the January 6th in Sire Action Day. World War Z 1 release date. So it just keeps, everything just keeps popping off, doesn't it? It's 2 items today we've come across that hit on today. Didn't hit on the same date, hit on today's date. I've had it before where I've looked up 2 different things and they both hit on the same date, but it was future dates, not on the date I was sitting on. Freaky. That's the end of my prep. Let's go to Michael's. Let's make sure he doesn't have any more before we get into it. He does not, and I have not talked to him today. I got up pretty late and he hadn't called or anything also. So we're just kind of floating through today. When he or I are excited, we get on the phone with each other. So Iran may try to asinine Trump, Pompeo and other ex-officials, intel report warns. From June 16th, but relevant. Well, June 16th, we're going to add 7. That will land on July 23rd as the next progression. 16 plus 7, 30 days in that month, so we add 7 to it. That's July 23rd. Thank you, Michael. Good stuff. Trump family depositions, New York Attorney General investigation delayed due to Ivana Trump's death. So he didn't end up going today. Fascinating. When is he going? They jived me, didn't they? They got me. Remember, the fallen angels can see the future. So they set us up for failure like you wouldn't believe. Starting tomorrow, 7:16 dial 988. Notice the time that CNN reported this, 11:33. To launch new suicide prevention hotline, 988. And we've told y'all that the 98th verse is the white horse verse of Revelation, and it's fused with 88. So they are really launching very specific coding. And no other channel gives you that 98 or what the 98 is for, do they? So thank you, Jesus, right? For the discernment. We get a few things right here. We just don't get the date of when he's going down yet. That's all. Unless it's the 20th, then it's been handed to us on a silver platter, right? After 144 misses. I looked up this movie because, okay, this is Pale Rider. Oh yeah, that's the old Clint Eastwood. Yeah, great movie. I looked up because of one of your videos that discussed Jaws from James Bond. He was in Pale Rider. Yes, he was. Very good. Very good. Michael, way to go, brother. The movie is a reference to the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Absolutely. The movie was 116 minutes long and was released on 6/26/1985. Does he give us that date? Pale Rider comes to 88. All right. It's the white horse that's interesting. So I don't know if we need to track that date. Michael didn't see the need to track it either. But that's everything, y'all. Let's go to comments. The name of this commenter is Muhammad is dead, Jesus is risen. And he says, love your videos, brother. Jesus, Yeshua, come quickly. Thank you, my friend. Glad you're here. And he's commented before. We're just glad he's here. And Christian said, I wonder if Ivana was 7-day warning from January 1st midnight to, he's saying, you know, that July 21st is something to keep an eye on also. July 20th into the 21st high watch time. Absolutely. You know, to me, just every day here in July is it's extremely high. Also is you do the date for Santana. Okay, so he's telling us to watch out for that Santana concert that was supposed to be July 6th and moved to August 4th. And notice again, those are the two birthdays of the two that open up ʻhäj‍päj Goat. And the July 6th guy is dancing. And they morph into Obama, who's laughing. So, I mean, August 4th could be when he goes down. August 2nd, and he rises on the 4th. Who knows? The midpoint between the dates is July 20th. Ooh, through the 21st. I like that. So the midpoint between my first wife and second wife, or Bush and Obama, the midpoint between the two birthdays are the 20th, 21st. So that's super fascinating and interesting, Christian. Thank you for that, my friend. Very good stuff. I'm loving this 20th so much. You folks just don't know. The way that all hit last night, adding up to 207, and I never realized that 207 is July 20th, sitting right there at us. I added it up a long time ago. I don't know why I added it up, because I like numbers and I like adding things. If you multiply 88 times 119, 10472, single digit, times GOD, you get the 88 at the end, you get the 66 and the 88 fused together. Just really it was that. And what was the other big thing that really grabbed me about that date? It was ʻhäj‍päj Goat birthing. That got 42 views. The other one only got 19 views. LOL. I guess when you bring up ʻhäj‍päj goat, man, it grabs people's attention, you know. But yeah, it's the exact 9 months before the total solar eclipse, which is, we think, when he rises on the world stage, per the movie Apocalypto, because the bloodbath stops at the total solar eclipse in that movie. That's when the Mayan chief priest, at the sign of the eclipse, they are told they have shed enough blood. So they put an end to the blood sacrifice. And so by proxy, and you know, he's on that big stage, he's up on the top of that ziggurat or their temple. So that's what we, or I think, is prominent with that movie Apocalypto and the total solar eclipse of why he would return. Plus, it's exactly 465 days portaled forward from the backwards 465 days through the portal of when Trump said, "I've got it." He had the illness on October 2nd, 2020. That's back 465 through, you know, this past January 10th, Janus Tenet, moving backwards and forwards through time, what we called the transfer portal, and which gave us a lot. It's given us the gateway arch, which ended up being proven out from AWTR's channel, and which is now front row info. So it's very fascinating, this transfer portal. The next transfer portal of time date is, we just passed it July 14th. So the next one is, what in the world did you just do? You went 185, so it'd be 222. It's August 20th. And we were looking big at that 21st too, right? So yeah, anything on or right before, because you would maybe start to go backwards through the portal, you know, go to the previous day. I don't know. So it's just, there was another date that I loaded that hit on the 9th of August that I love, because rising on the third day is, of course, Sirius rises on August 11th, as it's also a full moon. So what was it that hit on August 9th that I just loaded? Oh, the Excalibur release date. Yeah. So just very interesting items. August 9th is also the last day of 322 progression from Doug Williams' game on 11/20/89, which we can remove that afterwards. It's also Top Gun Maverick release date. It's a Mad World release date, because Mad World was also the song in Donnie Darko. So I don't know, man. It's very interesting. Everything is. And then again, it's just trivia. It's just trivia and numbers. It's like a dog chasing its tail, isn't it? But yeah, the 20th is my next biggest. I know Michael's going to be watching his speech tomorrow. That'll be big, you know, in Prescott. And when is his next? Oh, Trump's event for tomorrow is canceled. It's moved to July 22nd. I guess because of the first wife passing. And I like that for Prescott Bush. Bush. What is a bush? It's the V. It's the female reproductive, which is what he goes through. It's all over an ʻhäj‍päj goat. It's the obelisk facing the dome. It's what the dome is. And it's, of course, it's called Prescott Valley. And what's a valley? The valley begins with a V, and a valley is shaped like a V down in the valley. Up both sides of the mountain create the V. So, yeah, it's Prescott Bush, it's Prescott Valley. And, you know, ʻhäj‍päj goat opens up, you know, after the introduction. The first character on the stage is Bush. Get it? Bush. Prescott Bush's grandson. So if he goes down on that Wednesday and rises on that Friday, or is he going to be going down on that Friday? I have always said Friday was the biggest day of the 7, because that's when Jesus was crucified. Or the best we know, that's the day, Friday. So he would go down on a Friday. So this, of course, is huge. That is the opening of the movie Nope, that features white horse, red horse, black horse. Just in the trailers, let alone the movie. And we know Nope is because they're saying nope to Daniel 7:22, how God wins. And they're saying, nope, he doesn't. So it's a big day. If we go and look at the 22nd on that Friday, it's one of the penumbrals of 2020. It's an annular solar in 2021. It's a partial lunar. No, sorry. Yeah. And it's a partial lunar of 1961. If you include both dates, you get the other penumbral and the first purge, the prequel release date. Nope, sorry, that's the 23rd. Skip that. So let's try this again. Let's color code. Let's highlight. Okay, so you get the June 5th penumbral. I mean, you get the 2020 penumbral. You get the last year's annular solar. You get 1961's partial lunar. You get the other 2020 penumbral, including both dates. Now you're into the 23rd. So including both dates, you get the other penumbral, and you get the first purge, the prequel release date. And it's on a Friday, y'all. Love that whole Friday thing. All right. And love y'all. Thanks for being here. Hey, and it's 7:22 as we close out. 7:22:22. Fascinating. Love y'all.